Hi everyone, welcome to Thermo Wood. In this episode I'm gonna build a bench from some wood I actually got from a neighbor. They were building this shed for their garden, and they had a lot of these small pieces to spare, and he was about to throw them out, and I said no, don't throw it out. It is kind of thermo treated wood, so it's got this nice coloring. So and I actually just got it without knowing what I wanted to use it for, but the wife had a request for a bench for the garden, so that's what I'm going to try to build with these scraps. I have this board. It's 2 meters and 20 that I'm gonna be using for the base of it, and I have these scraps lying around that I'm going to use for the legs. So first of all, I'm going to cut this up, and I'm going to drill the holes for the wooden pieces to go into. So I really have liked to use these 60mm screws because they fit into both the bottom and the small boards, but unfortunately I don't have enough of those, so I'm going to use these 50mm instead, and I'm going to countersink it into the bottom board. But that means, well, I'm going to drill a lot of holes, but it also means countersinking them, so I'm going to do that. So this is all the scrap pieces right here. They're not equally long, but I think I'm gonna try and find the shortest one. I think that's gonna be the width of the bench, and then I'm gonna make them all the same length. I'm going to saw the ends, and I'm just going to set up a stop here so that they get equal length. Now comes to the resawing part. I just need to resaw all the pieces. So I need the boards to be evenly spaced out on the bench. So I want to make some kind of a spacer that I can put in between, so the width between them is going to be exactly the same. And I think I'm going to cut one of these small pieces. It's too long, so I don't want the gap is about 1 centimeter that I made for him. So I need to make this 1 centimeter. So I'm going to find the angle on the wood piece here. And see if so it's about 74 and a half, 75 perhaps. And check the other side. Yeah, so
just getting closer to the camera. It's about 74, 75 degrees depending on. So 75, I think. I'm gonna try and resaw this to be 1 centimeter width. So cut it into size, and I can now use this as a spacer between it, so I can put it in there and make the spacing even. So this is my shot at an assembly station. I wanted to kind of make sure that the edges were straight. So I had a board that I haven't touched, so the edges should be straight on that. And I had a straight board I wanted to push it up against. This is going to be the end piece, and I'm going to try to align it with the edge of the wood, and that's going to be the start of the bench. And these are just to level the underside of the bench. And I'm going to try to line that up. That almost went wrong. These are the screws that's going to go into this one, but they are way too long for that small. Phew. Looking at it from this angle, I'm starting to wonder, did I go too much all in with the amount of screws? I think so. But here we are. Just gonna drill a few holes for the assembly of the legs with the bench before I assemble it. So there was not enough of these long pieces. I actually wanted them to kind of follow the leg all the way down, but there's not enough of these scrap pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some smaller pieces there was, and then kind of have it in half, so there's going to be a middle space here. So they're going to follow the leg on each leg. So I'm going to cut all these, and there's 40 to cut, so way to go. So now there's a pile for each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just need to mount them. So I would like the edge to kind of match, so that this edge fits in here, and that will make my leg go there. And I think I'm just gonna draw it up. So I would really like the end of the bench to match the side, so that this corner piece here, or whatever you call it, is gonna match that side. So I'm gonna align that, and then I'm gonna draw a line on the leg where it's gonna be placed.
So same process as the main bench. I'm just gonna put down the leg and try to align all the side pieces all the way to the bottom. So I'm gonna try the best I can to align the two legs, so when they're next to each other, the boards are next to each other as well. So that's what I'm trying here. Alright, so I have all 4 legs done, and it's just time for final assembly of the legs. I haven't cut the ends here yet. I think I'm gonna make a dry fit and see if the legs are straight, and then I can cut off a bit of the leg as well if need to be. To be able to fit it, I didn't want any screws to be visible from the outside, so I need to unmount this one to be able to screw the leg in. And final mounting of the last 2 legs. One bench done. I'm gonna move it out into the garden and see how it looks. So that's about it. Bench is done. Now we just need the clouds to go away. We can enjoy the sunlight in the garden. Enjoy.